Hey everybody, Martha Krejci here. Gonna do a little makeup tutorial. Let's keep in mind, I am absolutely not a makeup artist, okay? People have just asked me, they know that I use Savvy Minerals, and they asked me how I do my own makeup every day, so I'm just gonna share how I do that, okay? First things first, if this is your very first video here, do make sure that you click on the subscribe button and also the bell to get notifications. We put on a new video every single day, and sometimes it's 2 and sometimes it's 3. There's a lot of content, you guys, so you're not gonna miss out. So first things first, before applying makeup, ingest the Ningxia, okay? So that's what we do first. And I don't know about you guys, but I rolled this bad boy up. Boom. Okay, so, all right, so here we go. I'm gonna go from completely clean face, nothing on my face at all. I am 39, so I have a lot of interesting things that are happening to my skin at this point. I used to have combination skin, and now my skin is actually more on the dry side. So there is something that a friend of mine recently told me about. It's this stuff, Clariderm on your face. In your face. So here's what I do with Clariderm. Here's what you don't do, first of all. So what you don't do is just spray it all over your face. Absolutely gets in your eyes. There's definitely a lot of oil in here. I don't suggest it, but it is the first thing that I ever did, okay? So there's that. Eyes were burning all day, skin felt great. So here's what I do now after that. So I just spray about 4 or 5 pumps into my hands, clean hands of course, and then I just put it on my skin. You guys, for those of us that, even as a kid, I wish I would have done this, but definitely for those of us that are hitting 40, mid-30s, 40 on up, I would be using this daily. And I'm not gonna get it in my eyes, but I'm gonna get it on the top of my eyes there. And I get it all the way into hairline and everything. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a couple more squirts here, and I'm gonna get in my neck. Because our neck and our hands are the first things that really age or really start getting crepey, you know? And so if we can keep those things moist, that's the idea. So, okay, so that is Clariderm. That's the first thing that goes on. After that, I use Wolfberry eye cream. Okay, so Wolfberry eye cream. And this, before I started using Clariderm, would my skin would just soak it right up. And now what happens is my skin, it spreads a lot easier, and it sits on top of my skin. Let's see here. So it's really, really, like, if you guys could feel how silky my skin is, the Clariderm makes your skin ridiculously silky, you guys. Ridiculously. Now, if you have oily skin, I don't know that it's gonna be a great idea. I'm just saying it for my own because I have drier skin. Nowadays. Apparently now you get a little bit older and your skin gets dry. And then, we put the lid back on so I can show you Boswellia. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but that's what I also use. You guys hear that tapping around? That's my American Eskimo and my Pomeranian. They're just making themselves known right now. So Boswellia is like a wrinkle cream. Of course, it's got a lot of frankincense. That's the whole frankincense deal. And I just put that on everywhere. That goes everywhere. It's a wrinkle cream, and I'm trying to make sure that we have as little wrinkles as possible throughout this entire aging process here. So there's that. The entire idea here, you guys, is whenever you're putting on your makeup, it's wise to have good moist foundation, so it's not dry, because if your skin is really dry and then you put on makeup, it's obviously going to just like suck right into your pores and look dry, and it'll have that sort of, I don't know if you've seen this before on folks, it has sort of like a paper mache look. And then here is this. I also use this, so Art Intensive Moisturizer. I love this stuff, you guys. I also put this on before I go to bed. And I like the top of it. It goes whoop. You just push it down and it gives you a little bit of stuff. And I don't put a ton on, but I just get it in these extra volatile places, like underneath the eyes, those parentheses around your mouth, right? Our smile lines. And then in between my eyebrows. Okay, now let's move on to color. First things first, we're gonna do foundation. Now, the foundation that I am going to use is Warm 3. Now, here's the deal. I usually spray tan, so I'm usually a little bit darker than I am right now. But I'm going to do this anyway because these colors are buildable, okay? So what I mean by that, all you moms out there are like, Build-A-Bear? What I mean by buildable, you guys, is that you put it, the more that you put on, the darker the color will actually get, okay? So this is what I'm going to use right now. So there's the misting spray, okay? What we want to do with this is we want to actually spray our brush. Just a couple pumps. I put on way too much. And then we put it into our foundation. Now, here's the deal. I have so much moisture on my skin right now that this foundation has something to hook into, okay? Now, if you didn't have anything at all, the misting spray is still going to help you, but you really need something for it to anchor into, okay? So what I do is I just kind of do this little number. I just kind of tap it around. We'll do it again. Get a little bit more. And you just put it in the upside down lid. You guys seeing how I'm getting some good coverage there? And that's a mineral-based makeup. And you guys, mineral-based makeup doesn't usually give that good of coverage. Of course, you don't want your face to be a different color than your neck. It's always a good idea to keep your face the same color as your neck, friends. Or else you've got that weird mask thing going on. I'm going to do this. And make sure you get up into your hairline too. Don't be afraid to get up into that hairline. Again, let me reiterate, I am not a makeup artist, okay? At all. I am just a lady who puts makeup on myself. That is all that I am. What color do you guys use? So this one is, like I said, this one is Warm 3. So I know a lot of people probably look at the colors and are like, ooh, I don't know if that's the right color for me. Well, this is Warm 3, and I have sort of like a yellow undertone to my skin. So that's if that helps you at all. I'm also going to get some on my eyelids too. Get my little baby's hairs all wet. I'm going to get a little bit more on, and then we're going to call it good with the foundation. Man, this makeup is so good. And you guys, whenever we're putting on like this clean makeup, be thankful that this stuff exists, right? Because the alternative is so freaking bad for us that I am beyond thrilled that we have options like Savvy Minerals and that we can get them for free basically with our essential rewards. I don't ever spend money on my Savvy Minerals. I always use essential rewards to get my Savvy Minerals. Always. So I haven't bought any of this. Okay, next, here is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a little bit of, what's that called? Concealer to brighten up under the eyes, okay? So concealer is going to be, I still use a foundation, so I use Cool One. So it's just a lighter version of the foundation itself, okay? Some of you might be makeup artists and might be like, you're choosing the wrong color. And I might be. I don't know. I wouldn't know, you guys. I am not a makeup artist. If you want to let me know, I'm happy to try something else, but I have no idea. So this is what I use. And you just tap it in there. And again, I got my, I got the brush wet, and then I just tap it under my eyes. And I sort of just do that half moon thing. That's what I always do, that in the bathroom. Like I cover up so I can actually see, but that doesn't really work here. So that just looked weird. All right. So that is the concealer, you guys. Now let's go ahead and move on to like more things that will look more dramatic. Now let's do the eyebrows. Okay. So I fill my eyebrows in like this. First of all, this is Sahara Sunset. If you have blue eyes or green eyes, which I also hear it's amazing with brown eyes, but blue eyes or green eyes especially, this is going to make them pop like crazy, okay? So Sahara Sunset is what it's called. What I do is I use the brown. Oh, this looks real messy, but whatever. I use the brown. You could tell I use it, right? I use the brown from Sahara Sunset, and I just kind of pop a really small brush into that brown, and then I just fill in my eyebrows. And really what you're doing is you're just giving them a little more structure. So you can see this eyebrow versus this eyebrow, right? It's just giving my face more frame. You just kind of follow the line. Now, I don't know that I'm amazing at doing eyebrows or anything. I'm, again, not a makeup artist. All I know is what I do with my own. So, we're just going to call that good. We're going to call it good. Whatever. We're going to call it good. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and move forward. So what I'm going to do is put mattifying primer, okay? So this is mattifying primer. I am going to put this on my eyelids. This is going to keep my eyeshadow in place. Pretty cool, huh? The reason why I didn't use this mattifying primer all over my face is because it can also have sort of that glue / drying effect that a dry face would have, where it would sort of just suck everything in. I want it to keep my makeup on. I definitely want it to keep my eyeshadow on, right? But I don't want my whole face to just look like sucked up. So I don't have a better term for that. So here's what I do first, is I do the crease So the crease is like this part of your eye, right? The crease. So the color that goes in the crease, that's where this rust color goes, okay? So I just kind of pop it in there a little bit. I start from the outside. I work my way in a little bit, but I really focus on the outside. And then I kind of take it up and to the right. So I kind of do like a bit of a, you know, that almond eye where it just, it makes the eye almost look bigger and come out like this, like Jessica Rabbit or something. Oops, I have something on there. That's the idea with the color, because we want to draw the eye out as it, you don't want that color to be like an equidistant thing, right? You want it to kind of go up and out, if that makes sense. Let me get this other one here. And my skin feels so good, you guys. I'm telling you, with that Clariderm, man, you just, it's so good. Your skin feels supple and it's awesome. And you know it's doing good stuff for you, because when you know what's in Clariderm, I mean, you can't help but be doing well when you have frankincense and stuff on your skin, period, right? All right, so that is the rust part of it. Now let's go ahead and do this. Now we move on to, where is it? There we go. The gold dust part. I don't know the name of it, but it's the sparkly kind. That goes on the on the lid itself. Okay. So going on the lid is that gold. All right. See, we're moving quick now. At the very top, we want to highlight. So what I did was I grabbed like a highlighting brush that's got like one of those little, it's like a wedge on it. And I hit that Cloud 9 is the color of it. It's just white. So what we want to highlight is the outside of the eyebrow right underneath that arch and out. Again, you're bringing the eye up and out. All right. There's something else I like to do with that, and that's this. With that white, I'll also hit this with something else, but with that white, I like to highlight the bridge of my nose, right above the Cupid's bow, and a little bit on my chin. So we have that line that's going down the middle. That's just another thing that I do. But I also hit it up with something else here in just a minute. So now what we're going to do is we are going to do the eyeliner, okay, you guys? So here is like the biggest trick ever. I learned it from somebody at beauty school. They weren't teaching it at beauty school, but I learned it from somebody that was there at my table. So here we go. This is Jet Setter, which is the eyeliner. So when you get eyeliner and it's powder like this, you could very easily be like, how's that go, right? What are you doing there? So you have an eyeliner brush. We have one at Young Living. If you don't already have one, we've got one. Here's what I do. Mattifying primer, remember that I used for my eyebrow or my eyelids? Mattifying primer. I'm going to get just a little bit of that primer on the end of this brush. And then I'm going to put it in Jet Setter. I'm going to roll it around on the side just to get the clumps off. Watch this. I start with the outside and I kind of wing out a little bit. Like that. I'm going to get a little bit more. Look at that. You see that? I'm gonna grab the other side because that's just weird if you don't do that. This is freaking cool, you guys. I mean, look at that. That is just with Jet Setter. Because initially I was just using that water spray or the misting spray and spraying a brush and putting the stuff on. And then when I learned about this, I was like, wait, what? Because it makes perfect sense. Because if you just spray the brush with misting spray, you kind of get more of a charcoal or a gray line. But this is what gives you like that black line where it's like, bam, right? So there you go. That's probably the biggest hack you're going to see. That's an amazing, amazing hack. Now I'm going to do my, my mascara. This is the first mascara. I haven't yet received the other new mascaras yet. I've ordered them, but I haven't received them yet. So this is still the first one. So I'm going to go ahead and use this. The best way to do mascara, you guys, is to put it on. Well, first of all, get all the gunk off the brush. Put it on, let it dry, and then put on some more. So I'm going to go ahead and put some on right now, and then we're going to do some more makeup on the rest of my face. And then it'll be drying in the process. And then we'll put more on. Our makeup is so good. Here we go. Oh, got a little chunk. Oh, it's got a lot of it in my eyeball. Well, that happens. All right. Who does not get mascara in their eyeball? I do every single time. Good thing is that it's not full of toxins, so it doesn't make my eyes go nuts whenever I get stuff in there. Boop, 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 boop. All right. So this is just the eyeliner, the eyeshadow, and this, I mean, this is a pretty easy face right here. So now what we're gonna do is bronzer, okay? And also, let me go ahead and hit up that bottom eyeliner. So there are two things that I can do here. I could either go back to this, like if you don't wanna buy something else, you can go back and you can use this light brown as a liner, as a bottom liner. What I use is actually Multitasker. It's dark. It's the color dark Multitasker, okay? So what you do is, basically I just use this little tiny brush here. I tap in the powder, kind of get it off so you don't have so much. And then I just put it on. I focus on the outside first. Bring it in toward the middle. Really what I'm focusing on is the fact that it comes to the center, that it hits that eyeball, the iris in the center. That's my goal, is for it to at least match up with the center. And then if it goes a little bit further, you just kind of blend it in so it comes in a little bit further. So that's the big part on the bottom liner. Okay, bronzer. Let's do this and then let's get this show on the road. We are almost done, you guys. So the bronzer, this is what I do for bronzer. I choose, this one is Summer Loved. I choose this because Crowned All Over is the other bronzer, and it's got a lot of shimmer to it. So a lot of people like that bronzer shimmer. For me, I actually use something else as a shimmer. So I don't like, in my bronzer, I like for it to just be more of a matte. It needs to create shadow instead of highlighting is how I see it. So I get this one. And what I do is, oh man, I just made a mess. Is I go, you're shaping your face, right? So I just go right here under, if I look at my cheekbones, I'm going under there and then also down into my neck, again with the mask syndrome. You don't want to look like you have a mask. Some people will also do that. No, you can do that too. And then you also want to go up across, I'm just going to get it off the counter here. Whatever, right? Then you also want to go up across your forehead. And it depends on I almost said the size of your face. It depends on the shape of your head, quite frankly, the places that you're going to want to bronze. But you can look all of that stuff up online. Again, I am not a makeup artist, and I do not claim to be in any capacity. I'm just a lady who puts her makeup on. All right, so that is that. Now, I'm going to leave my bronzer out for just a second, and I'm going to use a different brush, which is like a little straight up and down guy here. This brush, I'm going to shape my nose a little bit. So I'm going to put some shadows on both sides of my nose to give it more of that, it's shaped better now, right? So there is that. Now we're done with the bronzer. Now we will move on to blush, which is right here. This is going to be our blush, and it's I Do Believe You're Blushing is what it's called. So there's that. And this one's got a little shimmer to it, but it's okay. It's going on the apples of your cheeks, okay? So you kind of dip your brush in there a little bit. And you're just tapping the apples of your cheeks. It's just right there on the top. So that's it. Just right there. Right on top of the apples of your cheek. And that is it for the blush. Now, this is Veil, okay? So this is Diamond Dust Veil. The thing that I did wrong with this Diamond Dust Veil, whenever I first started using it, is I 100% put it all over my face. And that's not wise. That's how you look like the Tin Man. So you actually want to use it very sparingly, even though it's a massive thing, okay? So now, here's where I hit up that center part of my nose. Look at that. Look at that now, right? And then Cupid's bow, a little bit right here. I'm also going to hit up those right under my eyebrows, right under my arches. I'm gonna hit that up again too. With this. See how that goes? See how everything just brightened up there? Now, the last thing I'm going to do with that is I'm going to create some sort of highlight right here to right here. So I'm going to go like this. And then I just go straight down. So there is that. Now, I'm gonna go back to my eyelashes, and then we're gonna blend all of this together, and then we're about done. And it doesn't usually take this long for me to do it because I'm not usually explaining it as I do it. So it usually only takes me about 15 minutes to actually do this. Now, usually I'm listening to an Audible book or you know, some music or whatever, and sometimes it takes a little bit longer just because I'm jamming out. But regardless, it's about 15 minutes. If I need it to be 15 minutes, it can only be 15 minutes. I'm I'm just not typically showing y'all how to do it. So, okay, so now we have all of this is put together. The very next thing that we are going to do is blend. That's what this big brush is for, okay? And so we just go like this. You literally blend until you think that it's all blended, and then you keep blending some more. That's literally what you do. So I would say it's all blended, so I'm gonna blend just a little bit more. All right, so that is it. That is all she wrote. Now my mascara is going to dry a little bit more. But you guys, that is what the made up face looks like. And then to just put the icing on the cake here, or the cherry on top, we will use, I use this lip gloss. It's, shoot, what's the name of it? Abundant. Yeah, go figure. And then, so there's that. So that's the lip gloss. That's everything. And then setting spray, Royal Hawaiian Sandalwood, Hydrosol. So this was actually from the partner farm itself whenever we went to Hawaii for Dream 1000. But you can get it obviously from Young Living. But Royal Hawaiian Sandalwood Hydrosol as the setting spray. I love the smell of that stuff. So there we go. That's it, you guys. Again, not a makeup artist at all, but that's how I do my makeup with Savvy Minerals, and I have literally no toxic substances on my face at all. It feels like I don't even have makeup on, but look fully made up. So I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.